Hey guys, welcome to day 25 of our Mary and Virtue Challenge. So today we're talking about the virtue of angelic sweetness. And when I first kind of heard about it, I was like, yeah, angelic sweetness, like, I don't know, just being sweet seems a little shallow or superficial. Like, you don't have to really do much to gain that title. Like, if you're going up on the street, someone compliments you on your outfit or something, you'd be like, oh, they're so sweet, but it's just one little thing, you know? So I was like, so what really defines this virtue? So I did some research and I found this article by Father John Mary Atep, and I'll link the article in the description because it's pretty killer. And so this helped me base what I'm gonna talk to you about today. So another way to define angelic sweetness, I think, is to say that it's the gift of grace that you give to another person. So Mary, right, this pinnacle of angelic sweetness, whenever she came into contact with anyone, would have bestowed upon them such grace with just the joy and the peace that she brought with her. And so one of the key examples you can find this in is when Mary goes to visit Elizabeth after she finds out that her cousin is pregnant, and it tells us in Luke that at the moment that the Mary's greeting reached Elizabeth's ear, the infant in her womb leaped for joy. And this is really where we can get to see a specific example of how Mary brings grace and then this reaction of just complete joy that we find in Elizabeth. And so the two main things that Father John Mary talks about that are signs of angelic sweetness, or kind of fruits of angelic sweetness, are joy and peace. That's what we're going to bring to the other person. Those graces will usually specifically be through joy and peace. And so another aspect of angelic sweetness is the peace part. And so the Bible doesn't say a whole ton about Mary's specific encounters. So to help figure out this portion of it, I was thinking about the Annunciation, because obviously Angel Gabriel is an angel, and we have angelic sweetness. And so if you look at the Annunciation, he tells Mary not to be afraid. And so this is important because, well, if he's telling her not to be afraid, he wants her to be at peace. And it's kind of not necessarily the opposite, but you know what I'm saying here. And so we get to see here peace at the Annunciation and joy when at the visitation when Mary meets Elizabeth. And so I think, especially in the current times that we have, a lot of people are just like, oh, 2020, and it's such a negative thing. And really, I think we have so much to be grateful for. And this is the perfect opportunity that we have to practice the virtue of angelic sweetness, because instead of going to people and unburdening ourselves and being like, yeah, all this is going wrong in my life, blah blah blah, like, it's good to express yourself and to unload those burdens, but not all the time. And we have to make sure that we're not just being, negative. And we can't just be super optimistic either. We can't pretend like everything is perfect and dandy. But it's important that when we're talking to people, we're leaving them better off than when we found them. So the perfect way to do this is that that gift of grace that I was talking about. And that's exactly what angelic sweetness is. So when you encounter people in your life, try to pass them on with a little bit of joy or a little bit more of peace, whatever it may be. So today and the next day after that we're going to be focusing on angelic sweetness, I want you to just start by paying attention to when you have conversations with other people. Are you giving joy and peace? Are you responding in a way of grace? Or are you falling into negativity?